Welcome to Best Learn English Online.
Science. What is the boiling point of water in Celsius?
100 degrees Celsius.
What is the boiling point of water in Celsius?
100 degrees Celsius.
What gas do plants absorb during photosynthesis?
Carbon dioxide, CO2.
What gas do plants absorb during photosynthesis?
Carbon dioxide, CO2.
What is the powerhouse of the cell?
Mitochondria.
What is the powerhouse of the cell?
Mitochondria.
What is the most abundant gas in Earth's atmosphere?
Nitrogen.
What is the most abundant gas in Earth's atmosphere?
Nitrogen.
What is the symbol for the element sodium?
Na.
What is the symbol for the element sodium?
Na.
What is the study of insects called?
Entomology.
What is the study of insects called?
Entomology.
What is the process by which plants make their own food?
Photosynthesis.
What is the process by which plants make their own food?
Photosynthesis.
What is the chemical formula for water?
H2O.
Who is known as the father of modern chemistry?
Antoine Lavoisier.
Who is known as the father of modern chemistry?
Antoine Lavoisier.
How many bones are in the adult human body?
206.
How many bones are in the adult human body?
206.
What is the largest organ in the human body?
Skin.
What is the largest organ in the human body?
Skin.
What is the most common blood type?
O positive.
What is the most common blood type?
O positive.
What vitamin is produced when the skin is exposed to sunlight?
Vitamin D.
What vitamin is produced when the skin is exposed to sunlight?
Vitamin D.
What is the scientific name for the common cold virus?
Rhinovirus.
What is the scientific name for the common cold virus?
Rhinovirus.
What is the main function of red blood cells?
To carry oxygen.
What is the main function of red blood cells?
To carry oxygen.
History. Who is the first president of the United States?
George Washington.
Who is the first president of the United States?
George Washington.
In which year did World War II end?
1945.
In which year did World War II end?
1945.
Who was the first emperor of China?
Qin Shi Huang.
Who was the first emperor of China?
Qin Shi Huang.
Who was the leader of the Soviet Union during the Cuban Missile Crisis?
Nikita Khrushchev.
Who was the leader of the Soviet Union during the Cuban Missile Crisis?
Nikita Khrushchev.
What was the name of the ship that brought the Pilgrims to America in 1620?
Mayflower.
What was the name of the ship that brought the Pilgrims to America in 1620?
Mayflower.
In which year did the Berlin Wall fall?
1989.
In which year did the Berlin Wall fall?
1989.
Who was the first woman to fly solo across the Atlantic Ocean?
Amelia Earhart.
Who was the first woman to fly solo across the Atlantic Ocean?
Amelia Earhart.
Who was the Queen of England during the Spanish Armada?
Queen Elizabeth I.
Who discovered America in 1492?
Christopher Columbus.
Who discovered America in 1492?
Christopher Columbus.
In which year did the United States declare independence?
1776.
In which year did the United States declare independence?
1776.
Who is the famous civil rights leader who delivered the I Have a Dream speech?
Martin Luther King Jr.
Who is the famous civil rights leader who delivered the I Have a Dream speech?
Martin Luther King Jr.
Which ancient civilization built the pyramids?
The Egyptians.
Which ancient civilization built the pyramids?
The Egyptians.
What year did the Titanic sink?
1912.
What year did the Titanic sink?
1912.
Who was the famous nurse during the Crimean War?
Florence Nightingale.
Who was the famous nurse during the Crimean War?
Florence Nightingale.
Who was the first woman to be elected to the U.S. Congress?
Jeanette Rankin.
Who was the first woman to be elected to the U.S. Congress?
Jeanette Rankin.
Geography. What is the capital of Japan?
Tokyo.
What is the capital of Japan?
Tokyo.
Which country is known as the land of the rising sun?
Japan.
Which country is known as the land of the rising sun?
Japan.
What is the largest country in the world by land area?
Russia.
What is the largest country in the world by land area?
Russia.
What is the longest mountain range in the world?
The Andes.
What is the longest mountain range in the world?
The Andes.
Which country has the most islands?
Sweden.
Which country has the most islands?
Sweden.
What is the smallest country in the world by area?
Vatican City.
What is the smallest country in the world by area?
Vatican City.
Which country is the Great Barrier Reef located in?
Australia.
Which country is the Great Barrier Reef located in?
Australia.
What is the largest city in the world by population?
Tokyo.
What is the largest city in the world by population?
Tokyo.
What is the capital of Canada?
Ottawa.
What is the capital of Canada?
Ottawa.
Which river is known as the Mother of Rivers?
The Mississippi River.
Which river is known as the Mother of Rivers?
The Mississippi River.
What is the currency of the United Kingdom?
Pound sterling.
What is the currency of the United Kingdom?
Pound sterling.
What continent is the Sahara Desert located on?
Africa.
What continent is the Sahara Desert located on?
Africa.
What is the name of the longest river in South America?
The Amazon River.
What is the name of the longest river in South America?
The Amazon River.
Which mountain range separates Europe from Asia?
The Ural Mountains.
Which mountain range separates Europe from Asia?
The Ural Mountains.
What is the largest island in the world?
Greenland.
What is the largest island in the world?
Greenland.
Sports. Who holds the record for the most goals in a single World Cup?
Miroslav Klose.
Who holds the record for the most goals in a single World Cup?
Miroslav Klose.
Which country has won the most Olympic gold medals?
The United States.
Which country has won the most Olympic gold medals?
The United States.
Who is known as the king of basketball?
Michael Jordan.
Who is known as the king of basketball?
Michael Jordan.
Which sport is played on a field with a pitch?
Cricket.
Which sport is played on a field with a pitch?
Cricket.
Which country won the first FIFA World Cup in 1930?
Uruguay.
Which country won the first FIFA World Cup in 1930?
Uruguay.
What is the most popular sport in the world?
Soccer. Football.
What is the most popular sport in the world?
Soccer, football.
What year did the first modern Olympic Games take place?
1896.
What year did the first modern Olympic Games take place?
1896.
Which athlete is known as the fastest man in the world?
Usain Bolt.
Which athlete is known as the fastest man in the world?
Usain Bolt.
In tennis, what is the term for a score of 0?
Love.
In tennis, what is the term for a score of 0?
Love.
How many players are on a soccer team?
11.
How many players are on a soccer team?
11.
What country is famous for the sport of sumo wrestling?
Japan.
What country is famous for the sport of sumo wrestling?
Japan.
In which sport would you perform a slam dunk?
Basketball.
In which sport would you perform a slam dunk?
Basketball.
Which country invented baseball?
The United States.
Which country invented baseball?
The United States.
Who won the 2020 NBA Finals?
Los Angeles Lakers.
Who won the 2020 NBA Finals?
Los Angeles Lakers.
What is the name of the football, soccer, tournament held every 4 years between national teams?
FIFA World Cup.
What is the name of the football, soccer, tournament held every 4 years between national teams?
FIFA World Cup.
Technology. Who is the founder of Microsoft?
Bill Gates.
Who is the founder of Microsoft?
Bill Gates.
What does HTTP stand for?
Hypertext Transfer Protocol.
What does HTTP stand for?
Hypertext Transfer Protocol.
What year was the first iPhone released?
2007.
What year was the first iPhone released?
2007.
What company developed the first personal computer?
IBM.
What company developed the first personal computer?
IBM.
What is the main programming language used for Android apps?
Java.
What is the main programming language used for Android apps?
Java.
Which technology company owns the search engine Google?
Alphabet Inc.
Which technology company owns the search engine Google?
Alphabet Inc.
What does Wi-Fi stand for?
Wireless Fidelity.
What does Wi-Fi stand for?
Wireless fidelity.
Who invented the first practical light bulb?
Thomas Edison.
Who invented the first practical light bulb?
Thomas Edison.
What is the name of the first artificial satellite sent into space?
Sputnik.
What is the name of the first artificial satellite sent into space?
Sputnik.
What year did Facebook launch?
2004.
What year did Facebook launch?
2004.
What does USB stand for?
Universal Serial Bus.
What does USB stand for?
Universal Serial Bus.
Which social media platform is known for short video clips?
TikTok.
Which social media platform is known for short video clips?
TikTok.
What is the name of the first human-made object to reach the moon?
Luna 2.
Who co-founded Apple Incorporated alongside Steve Jobs?
Steve Wozniak.
Who co-founded Apple Incorporated alongside Steve Jobs?
Steve Wozniak.
What does the G in 4G or 5G stand for?
Generation.
What does the G in 4G or 5G stand for?
Generation.
Literature. Who wrote Moby Dick?
Herman Melville.
Who wrote Moby Dick?
Herman Melville.
Which novel features the characters Sherlock Holmes and Dr. Watson?
A Study in Scarlet by Arthur Conan Doyle.
Which novel features the characters Sherlock Holmes and Dr. Watson?
A Study in Scarlet by Arthur Conan Doyle.
Who wrote Pride and Prejudice?
Jane Austen.
What is the name of the wizarding school in Harry Potter?
Hogwarts.
What is the name of the wizarding school in Harry Potter?
Hogwarts.
Who wrote The Great Gatsby?
F. Scott Fitzgerald.
Who wrote The Great Gatsby?
F. Scott Fitzgerald.
Which book begins with the line "Call me Ishmael"?
Moby Dick.
Which book begins with the line "Call me Ishmael"?
Moby Dick.
Who wrote 1984?
George Orwell.
Who wrote 1984?
George Orwell.
Which author created the character of Peter Pan?
J.M. Barrie.
Which author created the character of Peter Pan?
J.M. Barrie.
What is the title of the first Game of Thrones book?
A Game of Thrones by George R. R. Martin.
What is the title of the first Game of Thrones book?
A Game of Thrones by George R. R. Martin.
Who wrote The Catcher in the Rye?
J.D. Salinger.
Who wrote The Catcher in the Rye?
J.D. Salinger.
General knowledge. What is the capital of France?
Paris.
What is the capital of France?
Paris.
Who wrote Romeo and Juliet?
William Shakespeare.
Who wrote Romeo and Juliet?
William Shakespeare.
What is the smallest planet in our solar system?
Mercury.
What is the smallest planet in our solar system?
Mercury.
What is the longest river in the world?
The Nile River.
What is the longest river in the world?
The Nile River.
Who painted the Mona Lisa?
Leonardo da Vinci.
Who painted the Mona Lisa?
Leonardo da Vinci.
What is the largest ocean on Earth?
The Pacific Ocean.
What is the largest ocean on Earth?
The Pacific Ocean.
Who invented the telephone?
Alexander Graham Bell.
Who invented the telephone?
Alexander Graham Bell.
What is the chemical symbol for gold?
O.
What is the chemical symbol for gold?
O.
Who was the first man on the moon?
Neil Armstrong.
Who was the first man on the moon?
Neil Armstrong.
What is the hardest natural substance on Earth?
Diamond.
What is the hardest natural substance on Earth?
Diamond.
What is the largest desert in the world?
The Sahara Desert.
What is the largest desert in the world?
The Sahara Desert.
What is the tallest mountain in the world?
Mount Everest.
What is the tallest mountain in the world?
Mount Everest.
What year did the Titanic sink?
1912.
What year did the Titanic sink?
1912.
Which element has the chemical symbol O?
Oxygen.
Which element has the chemical symbol O?
Oxygen.
Who developed the theory of relativity?
Albert Einstein.
Who developed the theory of relativity?
Albert Einstein. Welcome, dear friends and students. Best Learn English Online. Please subscribe to like, comment, and share. Thank you very much for watching the full video. My YouTube channel. Please don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to let us know in the comment box how much you benefited from watching the video. Have a nice day.
Chapter 1: Huck in Trouble. Huckleberry Finn stood at the edge of the Mississippi River, the sun dipping low in the sky and casting a golden hue across the water. A sense of mischief danced in his heart, but trouble lurked just behind the laughter. The town of St. Petersburg was a place where rules were made for breaking, and Huck was the champion of that cause. He pulled his ragged cap down over his tousled hair, glancing around to make sure no one was watching. He had plans for the day, plans that involved a grand adventure and, of course, a bit of trouble. Just then, the sound of angry voices cut through the evening air. Huck's instincts kicked in, and he ducked behind a gnarled oak tree. Peering out, he saw Tom Sawyer, his best friend, embroiled in a heated argument with a couple of older boys. They were pushing Tom around, taunting him with insults Huck couldn't quite hear but could imagine well enough. "Hey, what's going on?" Huck called out, stepping from behind the tree. Tom glanced over, relief washing over his face. "Huck, these bullies think they can take my stuff. I was just standing up to them." Without a second thought, Huck stepped forward. "You boys best back off. You don't want to mess with us." The older boys laughed, a harsh, mocking sound. "What are you going to do, Finn? You're just a ragamuffin with no sense." Huck's jaw tightened. He didn't take kindly to bullies, especially when they picked on his friends. With a quick glance at Tom, who nodded in agreement, Huck had a plan. "Let's have a duel then," Huck challenged, his heart racing. "Right here, right now. Winner takes all." The bullies exchanged glances, clearly amused. "You're on, Huck. What are the stakes?" "Whoever loses has to apologize and leave town for a week," Huck declared, the words rolling off his tongue with a bravado he didn't fully feel. Tom's eyes widened, but he trusted Huck to think fast. The older boys, emboldened by their size and experience, agreed. They stepped back, preparing for whatever absurdity Huck had in mind. "All right, let's do it," Huck shouted. He grabbed a nearby stick, holding it like a sword. Tom quickly found another, ready to back him up. The duel was as chaotic as it was ridiculous. Huck swung wildly, ducking and dodging as the bullies lunged at him. They weren't expecting the relentless spirit that fueled Huck's every move. He feigned left, then spun right, landing a solid hit on one of the bullies' knees. Laughter erupted from a nearby group of kids who had gathered to watch the spectacle. The tide was turning. Huck felt the rush of adrenaline, and for a moment, he forgot all about the trouble he could land in. But then one of the older boys caught Huck off guard, tackling him to the ground. The world spun as he fell, but Huck wasn't about to back down. With a surprising burst of strength, he rolled, using his smaller size to his advantage, and sent the bully sprawling. In a blur of fists and feet, Tom and Huck fought valiantly. The older boys, realizing they were outmatched in spirit if not in size, began to retreat. With a final defiant shout, Huck lunged forward and knocked the last bully off balance, sending him tumbling into the muddy bank. The bullies, embarrassed and angry, stormed off, leaving the two friends to bask in their victory. "Did we really just do that?" Tom asked, still catching his breath. Huck chuckled, wiping mud off his shirt. "I reckon we did. But we'd better get out of here before they come back with friends." As they made their way toward the river, the thrill of adventure still coursing through their veins, Huck couldn't help but think that trouble was never far behind him. But with a friend like Tom by his side, he felt ready to face whatever came next. Little did they know, this was just the beginning of a much bigger adventure. One that would lead them far beyond the banks of the Mississippi and into the depths of their own hearts.
Part 2.
In a bustling office building downtown, a group of new employees gathered for their first day of training. The room was bright, filled with the scent of fresh coffee and the soft hum of excitement mixed with anxiety. Among them was Sarah, a recent college graduate eager to start her career in marketing. As they settled into their seats, the head of training, Mark, entered with a confident stride. With a warm smile and an easy demeanor, he welcomed the group. "Welcome, everyone. You're about to embark on an exciting journey. This training will not only equip you with the skills you need, but also help you build connections that will last throughout your career." Mark's words resonated with Sarah, who had always believed that collaboration was the key to success. The training kicked off with icebreakers, each new employee sharing a fun fact about themselves. Sarah discovered that her love for hiking was shared by a fellow trainee, Tom, who had summited a few of the local mountains. The first module was about the company's values. Mark emphasized teamwork, innovation, and integrity. "These aren't just buzzwords, they are the foundation of our work culture," he explained. Sarah felt inspired as she envisioned how these values would shape her journey. As the days progressed, the training delved into more technical skills, marketing strategies, data analysis, and digital tools. They participated in role-playing exercises where they had to pitch ideas and handle client objections. Sarah often found herself paired with Tom, and they quickly developed a rhythm. They encouraged each other, shared constructive feedback, and celebrated small victories. One afternoon, during a particularly intense session on campaign development, Sarah struggled to come up with a creative idea. Frustrated, she buried her head in her hands. Tom noticed and leaned over. "Hey, let's brainstorm together. Sometimes two minds are better than one." With Tom's help, Sarah found her footing again. They crafted a compelling campaign centered around sustainability, which Mark praised during their presentations. "You both have a great synergy," he remarked. "This is what teamwork looks like." As the training program neared its end, the employees were assigned a final group project. Develop a marketing strategy for a new product launch. Sarah and Tom joined forces again, but this time, they also included a few others from their training cohort: Maya, a graphic designer, and James, a data analyst. They met every evening after training, combining their diverse skills. The project brought out creativity and camaraderie. They sketched ideas, analyzed market trends, and refined their presentation. The late-night sessions filled with laughter and brainstorming forged friendships that extended beyond the workplace. On the day of the final presentations, the training room was filled with anticipation. Each group showcased their strategies, and the energy was palpable when it was Sarah's group's turn. She took a deep breath and stepped up to present as she spoke about their sustainable product launch. She noticed her teammates beaming with confidence beside her. After their presentation, Mark stood up, impressed. "You all nailed it. This is exactly the kind of innovation we're looking for. Well done." As the training program concluded, Sarah reflected on her journey. She had not only gained valuable skills but had also built a network of friends and mentors. Mark gathered everyone for a final huddle. "Remember, your training doesn't end here. Continue to support each other and keep the spirit of collaboration alive." She was ready to take on the world of marketing, confident in the knowledge that she was never alone in her journey. Weeks turned into months, and the friendships forged during training blossomed into a strong support system. Sarah, Tom, Maya, and James formed a small team that often collaborated on projects, always bringing each other new ideas and perspectives. One day, the company announced an upcoming initiative focused on social responsibility. The team saw an opportunity to create a campaign that aligned with the values they had learned during training. They brainstormed late into the night, fueled by coffee and their shared passion for making a difference. When the time came to present their idea to the executives, Sarah felt a mix of nerves and excitement. She remembered Mark's words about teamwork and leaned on her friends for support. The presentation went smoothly, and the executives were impressed by their innovative approach. Part 3. As Huck and Tom raced along the riverbank, the adrenaline from their scuffle still buzzing in their veins. The sun slipped beneath the horizon, casting long shadows over the water. They reached the old raft they often used for their escapades, a rickety but sturdy thing that had seen better days. Huck's heart soared at the thought of a nighttime adventure. "Let's get out on the water," Huck suggested, excitement sparking in his eyes. "We can fish or just float around." Tom nodded eagerly. "Sounds good, but we've got to be careful. Those boys might come back looking for trouble." Huck shrugged. "Let 'em. We'll be gone before they even think to look for us." They untied the raft and pushed it into the gentle current. As they climbed aboard, the world around them shifted from the familiar land of St. Petersburg to the vast expanse of the river, a place where they felt truly free. The night was warm, and a crescent moon hung low in the sky, illuminating their path. The water glistened like 1,000 scattered diamonds, and the sounds of crickets serenaded them as they drifted downstream. "What do you think is out there?" Tom asked, looking into the darkness beyond the shore. Huck leaned back, his hands behind his head. "I reckon there's a whole world just waiting for us. Adventures that no one else has ever had. We could be pirates or treasure hunters." Tom laughed. "Pirates, huh? We'd have to find a ship first. But I'd be the best captain you ever saw." The boys laughed, letting their imaginations run wild, unaware that they were about to step into a real adventure, one that would test their friendship and courage like never before. Suddenly, Huck's expression changed. A flicker of movement caught his eye upstream. "Tom, look." He pointed toward the shore where a light bobbed in the distance, flickering like a firefly. "What is that?" Tom squinted, trying to see through the darkness. "I don't know, but it could be trouble. Let's paddle closer." Huck grabbed a long pole and began to row, Tom following his lead. As they drew nearer, the light became clearer, revealing a small campfire surrounded by a group of shadowy figures. Huck felt a knot tighten in his stomach. "Those look like men. We should turn back." But Tom, ever the curious one, shook his head. "We can't just leave. What if they're doing something interesting? We could find out what they're up to." Huck hesitated. "You know what happened last time we got too close to a campfire?" He recalled their last adventure, which had led to a run-in with a gang of thieves. "Just a quick peek, Huck. We'll stay hidden," Tom urged, his eyes gleaming with excitement. With a reluctant nod, Huck agreed. They drifted silently toward the bank, hiding the raft in the shadows of overhanging trees. Crouching low, they crept toward the fire, the flickering flames casting eerie shadows that danced along the ground. What they saw made Huck's heart race. A group of rough-looking men sat around the fire, talking in low voices. They were armed and wore tattered clothing, their faces shadowed by wide-brimmed hats. Huck's instincts screamed at him to run. "Maybe they're just travelers," Tom whispered, his voice barely audible. "Travelers don't usually carry guns," Huck replied, his gaze fixed on the men. "We should go." But before they could retreat, one of the men stood up, casting his eyes toward the trees. "I swear I saw something move over there." Panic surged through Huck as he motioned for Tom to back away. They turned and began to creep back toward the raft. But the sound of branches snapping underfoot echoed in the stillness. "Hey, you too!" one of the men shouted, his voice sharp and commanding. "Get over here!" Huck's heart dropped. They were caught. "Run!" Huck yelled, and they bolted toward the raft, adrenaline propelling them forward. The men shouted behind them, and Huck could hear the thud of footsteps gaining ground. They reached the raft just as a shout pierced the night. "Stop, you little thieves!" Without thinking, Huck pushed the raft into the water. "Get in, Tom!" They leaped aboard just as the men reached the shore, splashing water everywhere. Huck grabbed the pole and began to row furiously, the current pulling them downstream. He glanced back to see one of the men lunging for the raft, but they were already moving too fast. "Go, go!" Tom shouted, his face pale with fear. Huck rowed with all his might, and soon they were a safe distance away. The men's shouts faded into the night, and the only sound was the rush of the river. Panting, they slowed their paddling and let the raft drift. Huck looked at Tom, who was still wide-eyed. "What in tarnation was that?" "Trouble," Tom replied, half laughing and half shaking. "Real trouble." Huck leaned back, trying to catch his breath. "We're gonna need a better plan next time."
Video is over. Get out of here first, comment and let me know how you liked the video. And subscribe if you like your will, and it's part 2.
That sounds like a fantastic channel concept. Helping people learn English online can be incredibly rewarding. Are you focusing on specific methods or tools, like interactive conversation, grammar tips, or language practice?
The Martins woke up early, as they always did. The sun was just beginning to paint the sky with hues of orange and pink when Mr. Martin, Tim, nudged his wife, Lisa, awake. Lisa groaned softly but opened her eyes with a smile. The early mornings were their time, quiet and filled with promise. In the kitchen, Tim brewed the coffee while Lisa prepared breakfast. They had a well-oiled routine. Tim read the newspaper, skimming headlines about local events and world affairs, while Lisa sliced fruit and set out the cereal. Their two children, Emma and Jack, still snoozed in their beds, blissfully unaware of the busy day ahead. Emma at 12 was a budding artist and Jack at 8 was a soccer enthusiast. Their interests often filled the Martins' home with a lively mix of paintbrushes, soccer balls, and spirited debates about the latest soccer scores. Today, however, was a Saturday, and that meant Emma had an art class, and Jack had a soccer match. After breakfast, the family split up for their various activities. Emma grabbed her sketchpad and headed to her class at the local community center, where she was working on a mural project with her friends. Lisa, ever the supportive mom, dropped her off and stayed for a few minutes to chat with the instructor about Emma's progress. Jack, on the other hand, was already buzzing with energy. Tim drove him to the soccer field, where Jack's team was gearing up for their big match against a rival neighborhood team. Lisa returned home to tidy up and prepare lunch. She had a recipe for homemade lasagna that she wanted to try out, and the aroma of garlic and tomatoes began to fill the house. Meanwhile, Tim stayed at the soccer field, catching up with other parents and enjoying the game. Jack's team won 3-1, and Jack scored a fantastic goal, earning high fives from his teammates. By late afternoon, everyone reconvened at home. Emma had finished her class and was excited to show her parents the progress on her mural. Tim and Lisa praised her work and promised to come by the community center later in the week to see the final piece. Jack, still buzzing from his victory, recounted every detail of the game with animated gestures. As the sun dipped lower in the sky, the Martins gathered around the dinner table. They shared stories from their day, laughed at Jack's dramatic retelling of a near-miss goal, and admired Emma's artwork. Lisa's lasagna was a hit, and they savored the meal together, appreciating the simple joys of family life. After dinner, they settled into their evening routine. Emma and Jack watched a family-friendly movie while Tim and Lisa curled up on the couch with a good book. The house was filled with the soft hum of contentment as they unwound from their busy day. Before bed, the Martins gathered for their nightly tradition, a few minutes of talking about what they were grateful for. Emma was thankful for her art class and the support of her family. Jack was grateful for his soccer victory and the cheering from his parents. Tim and Lisa expressed their gratitude for the happiness and health of their family. As the day came to a close, the Martins went to bed with hearts full of love and minds at peace. The day had been filled with ordinary moments that, when woven together, made life extraordinary. They fell asleep with the comforting knowledge that tomorrow would bring another chance to share their lives and create more memories together. Thanks for watching and support me.
Action verbs are words that describe actions, processes, or movements. They play a vital role in communication by vividly conveying what the subject of a sentence is doing. These verbs are essential for constructing clear, engaging, and dynamic sentences in both spoken and written language. Categories of action verbs. 1. Physical actions. Verbs describing physical movement or activities. Examples: run, jump, throw, climb, dance. Run, jump, throw, climb, dance. 2. Mental actions. Verbs that depict cognitive processes or internal activities. Examples: think, decide, imagine, plan, forget. Think, decide, imagine, plan, forget. 3. Communication actions. Verbs that express verbal or nonverbal communication. Examples: speak, shout, whisper, write, sing. Speak, shout, whisper, write, sing. 4. Emotional actions. Verbs that reflect emotional states or expressions. Examples: laugh, cry, smile, frown, blush. Laugh, cry, smile, frown, blush. 5. Everyday activities. Verbs used for routine or daily actions. Examples: cook, eat, sleep, clean, drive. Cook, eat, sleep, clean, drive. Characteristics of action verbs. Dynamic nature. Action verbs indicate something is happening or changing. Transitivity. Some action verbs are transitive, require an object, while others are intransitive, do not need an object. Transitive. She baked a cake. Intransitive. He runs every morning. Intransitive. He runs every morning. Tense flexibility. Action verbs can be conjugated to fit past, present, or future contexts. Past: he jumped. Present: she writes. Future: they will travel. Tips for expanding action verb vocabulary. 1. Read widely. Explore books, articles, and essays to encounter new action verbs in context. 2. Practice synonyms. Replace common action verbs with more precise synonyms. Instead of walk, use stroll, march, or stride. Walk, use, stroll, march, or stride. 3. Use a thesaurus. Find alternatives to overused verbs for variety and specificity. 4. Create sentences. Write sentences using new action verbs to solidify understanding. 5. Play vocabulary games. Engage in activities like word association or crossword puzzles to discover new verbs. Examples and sentences. 1. She dashed to catch the train. 2. He pondered the meaning of life. 3. The child giggled with delight. 4. They constructed a model of the solar system. 5. We debated the issue for hours. Examples and sentences. 1. She dashed to catch the train. 2. He pondered the meaning of life. 3. The child giggled with delight. 4. They constructed a model of the solar system. 5. We debated the issue for hours. Mastering action verbs can make your communication more vivid, precise, and engaging. Start incorporating a diverse range of action verbs into your language to enhance your writing and speaking skills. Comprehensive Guide to Action Verbs Vocabulary. Action verbs are the backbone of vibrant communication, enabling us to convey energy, movement, and intent in our expressions. Below is a more detailed breakdown of action verbs with additional examples, categories, and advanced tips to master them. Expanded categories of action verbs. 1. Sports and physical fitness. Verbs that describe athletic or physical actions. Examples: sprint, dribble, kick, stretch, dive. Sprint, dribble, kick, stretch, dive. 2. Creative and artistic actions. Verbs used for creative expression and artistic activities. Examples: paint, sculpt, compose, sketch, design. Paint, sculpt, compose, sketch, design. 3. Work and productivity actions. Verbs associated with professional or academic activities. Examples: organize, present, calculate, edit, analyze. Organize, present, calculate, edit, analyze. 4. Exploration and discovery actions. Verbs related to seeking, finding, and discovering. Examples: explore, discover, investigate, navigate, locate. Explore, discover, investigate, navigate, locate. 5. Conflict and resolution actions. Verbs describing interactions involving disagreement or resolution. Examples: argue, negotiate, resolve, compromise, mediate. Argue, negotiate, resolve, compromise, mediate. 6. Technological actions. Verbs linked to technology and digital tasks. Examples: ode, upload, download, stream, debug. Ode, upload, download, stream, debug. Advanced examples in context. 1. Action verb variety. Instead of run, say, he sprinted across the finish line. She jogged through the park. The dog bounded, oured its owner. 2. Descriptive precision. Replace vague verbs with specific action verbs. Vague: she moved the chair. Precise: she dragged the chair across the floor. 3. Emotion and actions. Combine emotion with action for greater impact. He slammed the door in frustration. She beamed with pride as her name was announced. Dynamic word lists. Synonyms for common verbs. 1. Walk, stroll, strut, pace, tiptoe, wander. 2. Look, glance, gaze, stare, peek, observe. 3. Eat, devour, munch, nibble, savor, feast. 4. Say, shout, mutter, declare, announce, whisper. 5. Throw, toss, hurl, fling, pitch, sling. Action verbs in writing. 1. For fiction writing, use powerful action verbs to create engaging scenes. She lunged forward, grabbing the edge of the cliff just in time. The detective scoured the files for a missing clue. 2. For academic and professional writing, incorporate formal action verbs to enhance clarity. The team implemented the new strategy successfully. The study examines the effects of climate change on migration patterns. 3. For resume writing, use strong action verbs to showcase accomplishments. Managed a team of 10 employees to achieve a 20% increase in sales. Developed and executed a marketing plan that resulted in a 30% growth in customer engagement. Fun activities to learn action verbs. 1. Charades. Act out action verbs for others to guess. 2. Story building. Take turns adding a sentence to a story, each using a new action verb. 3. Verb challenges. List as many synonyms for a common verb, like run, in 1 minute. 4. Sentence transformation. Rewrite simple sentences with more vivid action verbs. The power of action verbs. Mastering action verbs enriches your vocabulary and makes your communication engaging, adds life and movement to your sentences. Specific, eliminates ambiguity with precise descriptions. Expressive, captures emotions and intentions effectively. Start practicing today by incorporating a variety of action verbs into your conversations, writing, and creative projects. The more you explore, the stronger your grasp of this essential vocabulary will become. Improve your English with these daily sentences. Improving your English doesn't require hours of studying every day. Instead, integrating simple, effective practices into your daily routine can help you enhance your fluency over time. One such method is using daily sentences that cover a variety of contexts, from casual conversations to professional situations. By repeating and practicing these sentences, you'll build vocabulary, improve your sentence structure, and boost your confidence. Here are a few reasons why incorporating daily sentences into your learning routine is so effective. 1. Repetition reinforces learning. Repeating sentences regularly helps reinforce vocabulary and grammar structures. When you use phrases in different contexts, it becomes easier to remember and apply them naturally in conversation. 2. Exposure to real-life language. Daily sentences often reflect real-life situations. This helps you learn language that you are likely to encounter in day-to-day interactions. By practicing sentences related to shopping, dining, or workplace scenarios, you're learning practical English that can be used right away. 3. Improved sentence construction. When practicing daily sentences, you not only expand your vocabulary, but you also learn how to form different types of sentences. This improves your ability to construct grammatically correct and varied sentences on your own. 4. Boosting confidence. The more familiar you become with useful, everyday phrases, the more comfortable you'll feel speaking English. This leads to greater confidence, which is a key component in becoming fluent. 5. Expanding vocabulary. Each sentence you learn introduces new words. Even if these words are familiar, using them in context helps you better understand their meanings and usage. Over time, you'll accumulate a broad range of vocabulary that enhances your communication skills. Example daily sentences. 1. Greeting and introductions. Hello, how are you today? My name is your name. It's nice to meet you. Where are you from? 2. Making requests. Could you please help me with this? Would you mind showing me how to do this? Can I get a cup of coffee, please? 3. Expressing opinions. I think this is a great idea. In my opinion, we should try something new. I'm not sure about that. 4. Asking for clarification. Could you explain that again? What do you mean by that? Can you repeat it, please? 5. Everyday activities. I am going to the grocery store. Let's meet for lunch at 12 p.m. I'm working from home today. Conclusion. By adding just a few daily sentences to your routine, you'll gradually improve your English skills in a fun, engaging, and natural way. Try integrating them into your day-to-day conversations and observe how quickly your confidence and abilities grow. The key is consistency. Make practicing daily sentences a habit, and soon you'll find yourself speaking English with ease and fluency. Absolutely. Here are additional daily sentences and ways they can be used to improve your English. These will cover a variety of situations and help you build a more complete understanding of the language. Practicing these sentences will allow you to communicate effectively and sound more natural in everyday conversations. 6. Polite requests and responses. Could you please pass me the salt? Would you mind closing the door? Can you help me with this task? Sure, I'd be happy to help. No problem. Let me know if you need anything else. 7. Making plans. What time should we meet? Let's catch up this weekend. How about we go to the movies tonight? Do you want to grab dinner after work? I'll be free at 3 p.m. Does that work for you? 8. Expressing agreement and disagreement. I agree with you completely. That sounds like a good plan. I don't think that's a good idea. I see your point, but I disagree. You're right about that. 9. Making suggestions. Why don't we try something different? Maybe we could take a break. How about we go for a walk after lunch? I suggest we look at this from a different perspective. Would you like to try a new restaurant? 10. Describing your day. Today was a very productive day. I spent most of the day working on a project. It was a bit hectic at work, but I managed. I had a great time at the park today. I'm looking forward to relaxing this evening. 11. Talking about feelings. I'm feeling a bit tired today. I'm so excited for the weekend. I was a little stressed out this morning, but I'm okay now. That news made me really happy. I'm feeling under the weather. I think I need some rest. 12. Asking for directions ***. Could you tell me how to get to the nearest subway station? Where is the nearest bus stop? How far is it to the airport from here? Is there a good restaurant around here? Can you point me to the information desk? 13. At the store or restaurant. How much is this shirt? I'd like to buy a ticket for the 3 p.m. show. Can I pay with a credit card? Do you have any vegetarian options? Could I get the bill, please? 14. Expressing preferences. I prefer tea over coffee. I like reading books in my free time. I don't really enjoy watching horror movies. My favorite type of music is jazz. I would rather stay at home tonight. 15. Making small talk. The weather has been lovely lately, hasn't it? Did you watch the game last night? How was your weekend? Have you been on any trips recently? I love your outfit today. 16. Apologizing and responding to apologies. I'm so sorry for being late. Please accept my apology. I didn't mean to hurt your feelings. No worries, it's not a big deal. Thank you for your understanding. 17. Offering help. Can I assist you with anything? Let me know if you need a hand. Would you like some help with that? I can help you with your luggage. If you need anything, just ask. 18. Talking about work or school. I have a meeting at 10 a.m. I've been working on this project all week. How's your workload these days? I have a few assignments to finish by tomorrow. I'm really enjoying my new job. 19. Talking about hobbies and interests. I love playing tennis on weekends. In my free time, I enjoy painting. I'm really into photography. Do you like playing video games? I've recently taken up yoga. 20. Asking for opinions. What do you think about this movie? How do you feel about this idea? What's your opinion on this topic? Do you agree with me? What's your take on this situation? Conclusion. Using daily sentences like these allows you to practice English in a more relaxed and practical way, making it easier to understand and use the language in real-life situations. The more sentences you add to your practice, the better you will understand how English works in everyday contexts. By focusing on these common phrases and expressions, you'll gradually feel more confident speaking, writing, and understanding English in different situations. Consistency is key, so try to practice a few sentences each day, and you'll see improvement in your fluency over time.
It sounds like she might have been speaking in a more casual or unstructured way. Sometimes, people communicate effectively even if their grammar isn't perfect. Were you referring to a specific situation or context? Sure. Speaking English without strict adherence to grammar rules can happen for various reasons. 1. Informal conversations. In casual settings, people often prioritize communication over grammar. This can lead to a more relaxed style of speaking. 2. Non-native speakers. Someone learning English might have a limited grasp of grammar, but can still convey their thoughts and ideas. 3. Dialects and slang. Different regions have unique ways of speaking that may not follow standard grammar, but are perfectly understood within that context. 4. Stream of consciousness. Some people express their thoughts in a free-flowing manner that doesn't adhere to conventional grammar but captures their emotions and ideas vividly. 5. Creativity. In poetry, music, or storytelling, breaking grammar rules can create a unique voice or style. Absolutely. Here are some additional thoughts on the topic. 1. Language development. Children learning language. Kids often speak in fragments or mixed languages as they learn. This phase is normal and part of language acquisition. 2. Cultural influences. Different cultural norms. In some cultures, the way people express themselves may not conform to standard grammar, but it conveys meaning and connection. 3. Body language and context. Nonverbal communication. Tone, gestures, and facial expressions can carry a lot of meaning, sometimes making grammatical precision less important. 4. Online communication. Texting and social media. Many people communicate in shorthand or use informal language online, often ignoring grammar for speed and brevity. 5. Creative expression. Artistic freedom. Writers, poets, and artists often play with language. Deliberately bending or breaking grammar rules can enhance their work's emotional impact. 6. Emphasis on ideas. Content over form. Sometimes, the essence of what someone is trying to communicate is more important than the structure of their sentences. 7. Improvisation. Spontaneity. In spontaneous conversations, especially in storytelling or humor, people might not focus on grammar and instead prioritize flow and engagement. Sure. Here's some more dimensions to consider regarding speaking English without strict grammar. 1. Regional variations. Accents and dialects. Different regions have unique dialects that might alter grammar usage. For example, in some southern U.S. dialects, you might hear y'all instead of you all, which can change the grammatical structure. 2. Code switching. Bilingual speakers. People fluent in multiple languages often switch between them in conversation. This can result in grammar that blends elements from both languages. 3. Idiomatic expressions. Colloquialisms. Using phrases like hit the road or kick the bucket can make speech less formal and more relatable, even if they don't follow grammatical rules. 4. Storytelling traditions. Oral traditions. In cultures with strong oral storytelling traditions, narratives may prioritize rhythm, repetition, and imagery over grammatical correctness. 5. Performance and style. Public speaking. Speakers might adopt a more conversational style in speeches or presentations, focusing on connecting with the audience rather than adhering strictly to grammar. 6. Imperfect learning. Language learners. Non-native speakers might communicate effectively using simple structures and vocabulary, even if their grammar isn't perfect. This reflects their learning stage. 7. Humor and wit. Playful language. Comedy often involves bending grammar rules for effect, such as using malapropisms or intentional misstatements for humor. 8. Emotional impact. Raw expression. Sometimes, breaking grammar norms can express urgency or strong emotion, making the communication feel more authentic and impactful. 9. Authenticity. Personal style. Some people choose to speak this way as a form of self-expression, embracing their individuality rather than conforming to traditional grammar rules. Certainly, here are additional insights into speaking English without strict grammar. 1. Stream of consciousness. Thought process. This literary technique reflects a person's thoughts in real time, often leading to fragmented or non-grammatical speech that captures the flow of ideas. 2. Emphasis on emotion. Expressive speech. In heated discussions or passionate storytelling, the focus shifts to conveying feelings, which may lead to less structured language. 3. Audience engagement. Relatability. Using casual, ungrammatical speech can make a speaker seem more approachable and relatable, fostering a connection with the audience. 4. Intentional non-standard usage. Artistic license. Writers and speakers may intentionally break grammar rules for stylistic effect, creating a unique voice or atmosphere. 5. Cultural context. Cultural expressions. Certain phrases or grammatical structures may be specific to a culture or community where the standard rules of English don't fully apply. 6. Personal experiences. Anecdotes. Sharing personal stories often leads to a more informal tone, where the essence of the story is prioritized over grammatical precision. 7. Social media influences. Trends and memes. The rise of memes and viral content encourages brevity and creativity, often sacrificing grammar for impact and humor. 8. Nostalgia and tradition. Cultural heritage. Some speech patterns are passed down through generations, reflecting cultural heritage more than standard grammar. 9. Influence of technology. Voice-to-text features. Technology can sometimes misinterpret speech, leading to casual or incorrect phrasing that becomes part of everyday language. 10. Learning environment. Supportive spaces. In educational settings, particularly for language learners, emphasis on communication can encourage less focus on grammar and more on expressing ideas. 11. Flexibility in language. Evolving language. Language is constantly changing, and what might be considered ungrammatical today could become accepted in the future as usage evolves.
Part 2.
Once upon a time in a small village, there was a young girl named Mia who loved to talk. She spoke to everyone, her friends, her pets, even the trees. But there was one problem. She spoke English without grammar. "Me go park," she would say, skipping down the street. Her friends giggled, but they understood her just fine. They loved how she filled their conversations with laughter and joy. One sunny day, Mia decided to organize a picnic. She gathered all her friends and said, "We eat sandwich and drink juice and play game." Her friends cheered, excited for the fun. At the park, they spread out a big blanket. "Food here, fun there," Mia exclaimed. They munched on sandwiches and shared stories. "I see Big Bird," she pointed, and they all looked up to see a giant eagle soaring overhead. Suddenly, a boy named Tim spoke up. "Mia, why you no use grammar?" he asked, puzzled. Mia shrugged, her eyes sparkling. "Talking fun. No worry about rules. We just happy." Tim thought for a moment. But sometimes hard to understand, he admitted. Mia nodded. Okay, I try, but make more fun if no rules. And so, they played games, ran around, and laughed together. As the sun set, Mia said, "Best day ever. Friends, food, fun." Tim smiled. Maybe grammar not so important. We still understand. We still have fun. From that day on, Mia taught her friends that while grammar was nice, the heart of conversation was connection. They learned to embrace her unique way of speaking, and soon the whole village was filled with laughter and joy, grammar or no grammar. In the end, Mia's message was clear. It's not about how you speak, but how you make others feel. And that made every word she said a little magic. As time passed, Mia's style of speaking became a delightful part of village life. People would eagerly await her updates about their community, which were always full of enthusiasm and a sprinkle of silliness. One day, a new family moved to the village. The daughter, Anna, was shy and spoke perfectly, but she felt out of place. Mia noticed Anna sitting alone under a tree. With her usual exuberance, she ran over and said, "Hey, you come play? We have fun." Anna looked confused. "You mean come play with you?" "Yes, we play games. You no worries," Mia replied, her smile bright. Slowly, Anna joined them. At first, she struggled to understand Mia's playful sentences, but the laughter of the other kids drew her in. "We play tag, run fast," Mia shouted, and soon everyone was giggling and chasing each other. After a while, Anna felt herself loosening up. She started to laugh and even tried mimicking Mia. "Me run fast, too," she called out, her cheeks flushed with joy. The other kids cheered her on. Days turned into weeks, and Anna began to embrace the carefree way Mia spoke. One afternoon, as they all gathered for another picnic, Anna stood up and announced, "Today we eat cookie and tell story." Her friends clapped, loving her attempt at Mia's style. Mia beamed with pride. "Good job, Anna. You do great." As their friendship blossomed, Anna and Mia began to help each other. Anna showed Mia how to write down their fun adventures in a book, while Mia taught Anna to loosen up and not worry about every little rule. They became a perfect team, combining creativity and structure. One evening, the village held a talent show. Mia excitedly declared, "We do act. Funny play." Anna hesitated. "But what if it's not perfect?" Mia shook her head. "No perfect. Just fun. Everyone cheer." With Mia's encouragement, they decided to perform together. They created a silly skit about a magical tree that could talk. Mia filled it with her playful phrases, while Anna crafted dialogue that flowed beautifully. On the night of the show, they stepped onto the stage, hearts racing. "Welcome, everyone. We tell story." Mia shouted, her voice ringing out. The audience erupted in applause. As they performed, Mia's wild antics and Anna's graceful lines complemented each other perfectly. Laughter filled the air, and by the end, Everyone was on their feet, cheering and clapping. "Best show ever!" Mia exclaimed. Anna smiled, her confidence shining bright. "Thank you. We did it together." From that day on, Anna found her place in the village. She learned that speaking from the heart mattered more than getting everything right. And Mia, with her joyful, rule-free English, became a symbol of connection and creativity. The village thrived with a spirit of friendship, where grammar and perfection took a backseat to laughter and love. And every time Mia said, "We make fun," everyone knew they were in for a delightful adventure.
Video is over. Get out of here first, comment and let me know how you liked the video. And subscribe if you like your will and it's part 2.
In a small coastal town called Seabridge, nestled between rolling green hills and a vast, sparkling ocean, life had always followed a steady rhythm. Generations of Seabridge residents had lived in harmony with nature, celebrating the arrival of each season and adapting to the changes that came with them. But as the years went by, something began to shift, subtle at first, then increasingly undeniable. It started with the summer heat. The town's annual beach festival, once a welcome respite from the chill of winter, began to feel oppressive. The ocean, once a cooling balm, seemed to grow warmer with each passing year. The local fisherman, Mr. Thompson, grumbled about the strange shifts in fish migration, and the children, who used to play in the surf, complained of sunburns despite layers of sunscreen. One day, as the sun blazed mercilessly overhead, the town council gathered in the old community hall. The mayor, a woman named Helen Carter, addressed the concerned crowd. "The temperatures are rising, and it's affecting our environment and our way of life. But we can't just wait for the ocean to come to us." Helen proposed a plan, a series of initiatives to combat the effects of global warming. The town would reduce its carbon footprint by investing in renewable energy sources, promote sustainable practices, and work to restore the local mangroves, which acted as natural barriers against sea level rise. The idea was met with mixed reactions. Some residents were skeptical, unsure if these changes could truly make a difference. Others were eager to act but worried about the cost. The turning point came when a young woman named Mia, a marine biologist who had recently returned to Seabridge after studying abroad, shared her findings. She showed photographs of coral reefs bleached and dying due to rising sea temperatures and illustrated how mangrove forests could not only help buffer storms but also support biodiversity and protect coastal areas. Her presentation resonated with the townsfolk, particularly when she shared the story of how a similar initiative had revived the health of a once degraded coastal community in another part of the world. It's not just about preserving our way of life, Mia explained. It's about ensuring that the generations to come will have a place they can call home. Inspired by Mia's passion and the mounting evidence of climate change's impact, Seabridge began its transformation. Solar panels were installed on rooftops, electric vehicles started to replace gas-guzzling ones, and a community garden was established to promote local produce. Volunteers worked tirelessly to replant mangroves and clean up the beaches. The changes didn't come without challenges. There were setbacks, storms that battered newly planted mangroves, and occasional doubts that the efforts were making enough of a difference. But the community persevered, and slowly but surely, they began to see positive results. The beaches became cleaner, the water clearer, and the local fish populations started to rebound. One summer, after several years of hard work, Seabridge held its beach festival once again. This time, the event felt different. There was a sense of pride and accomplishment in the air. The sea, while still warmer than it had been decades ago, no longer seemed so overpowering. The community came together to celebrate their progress, enjoying a festival that honored both their tradition and their resilience. As the sun set over the horizon, casting a golden glow on the town, Helen looked out at the gathering. She saw children playing, families enjoying the cool evening breeze, and felt a renewed sense of hope. Seabridge had faced a formidable challenge and had found a way to not only adapt but thrive. The story of Seabridge spread beyond the town's borders, serving as a beacon of what collective action and determination could achieve. It was a reminder that while global warming was a daunting and complex issue, it was one that communities, small and large, had the power to confront with courage, innovation, and unity. And as the world watched, Seabridge proved that even in the face of overwhelming odds, change was possible, and hope could be rekindled. Part 2. As Seabridge continued its journey toward sustainability, its story began to attract attention from neighboring towns and cities. The local newspapers' coverage of their success turned into a full-blown media sensation, with journalists from major outlets arriving to cover how a small town was making a significant impact in the fight against climate change. The narrative of Seabridge's transformation became a symbol of hope and inspiration. Among the visitors was a young journalist named Alex. Intrigued by the story, Alex spent several weeks in Seabridge, immersing in the daily lives of the townsfolk. They interviewed residents, attended town meetings, and documented the grassroots efforts that had led to their success. The more Alex learned, the more they saw how deeply interconnected the town's actions were with their values and their sense of community. One evening, while chatting with Mia at the local cafe, Alex asked, "What's next for Seabridge? What are your plans now that you've made such incredible progress?" Mia took a thoughtful sip of her tea before responding, "We're not stopping here. Our next step is to expand our efforts. We want to create a regional coalition with other towns and cities to share our knowledge and resources. By working together, we can amplify our impact and address the challenges on a larger scale." The idea of a regional coalition began to take shape. Seabridge reached out to neighboring communities, sharing their experiences and offering support. It wasn't always easy. Not every town was ready to embrace change. Some were still skeptical, while others faced their own unique challenges. But Seabridge's success served as a powerful example, and slowly, more towns began to join the coalition, forming a network of communities dedicated to combating climate change. As the coalition grew, it spearheaded several large-scale initiatives. They organized tree planting drives, supported renewable energy projects, and advocated for regional policies that encouraged sustainable development. The coalition also focused on education, setting up workshops and programs to help individuals and businesses understand their environmental impact and how they could make a difference. The combined efforts led to visible improvements across the region. Air quality improved, green spaces flourished, and wildlife began to return to areas where they had been absent. The collaborative spirit of the coalition fostered a sense of unity and purpose, demonstrating that even incremental changes could lead to significant results when approached collectively. One particularly memorable event was the Regional Sustainability Fair, held in Seabridge's revitalized park. It was a celebration of the coalition's achievements and a showcase of innovative solutions from various communities. Stalls featured local artisans who used recycled materials, farmers who practiced organic farming, and tech enthusiasts who demonstrated cutting-edge green technologies. The fair attracted visitors from across the country, spreading the message of Seabridge's success far beyond its own borders. Years passed, and Seabridge and its coalition continued to evolve. The town's transformation became a model for other communities around the world, and the ripple effects of their actions were felt globally. Seabridge had gone from being a small coastal town facing a daunting challenge to becoming a beacon of hope and a leader in the fight against climate change. Helen Carter, now retired, looked back on her time as mayor with pride. She saw how a community's determination and willingness to adapt could create waves of positive change. The legacy of Seabridge was not just in the environmental improvements, but in the spirit of collaboration and resilience it inspired. As Seabridge celebrated its annual beach festival, the town had changed. But its core values remained the same. The festival was now a symbol of their journey, a reminder that even in the face of global challenges, local actions, driven by a collective will, could indeed make a world of difference. And so, under the golden hues of the setting sun, as laughter and music filled the air, Seabridge stood as a testament to the power of community and the enduring hope that, together, we can turn the tide on even the most pressing of global issues.
Video is over. Get out of here first, comment and let me know how you liked the video. And subscribe if you like your will and it's part 2.
Here are some daily English sentences that are useful for various situations. Greetings and introduction. 1. Good morning. How are you today? 2. Nice to meet you. My name is your name. 3. How's everything going? 4. What's up? 5. I hope you're doing well. 6. It's great to see you again. At work/school. 1. Can you help me with this task? 2. I need to finish this by the end of the day. 3. Let's schedule a meeting for tomorrow. 4. I'm working on a project right now. 5. Have you received my email? 6. What's the deadline for this? Shopping. 1. How much does this cost? 2. Can I try this on? 3. Do you have this in a different size? 4. Can I pay with a credit card? 5. Do you have any discounts today? Asking for directions. 1. Could you tell me how to get to place? 2. Is it far from here? 3. How long does it take to get there? 4. Which bus should I take to place? Eating out. 1. Can I see the menu, please? 2. I would like to order dish. 3. Do you have vegetarian options? 4. Can we get the bill, please? 5. How spicy is this dish? Making plans. 1. Do you want to grab coffee later? 2. Let's meet at 5 p.m. 3. Are you free this weekend? 4. I'm looking forward to hanging out. Expressing emotions. 1. I'm feeling a little tired today. 2. That sounds amazing. 3. I'm really excited about this. 4. I'm so sorry to hear that. 5. I can't wait to see you. Common courtesies. 1. Please go ahead. 2. Thank you for your help. 3. Excuse me, could you repeat that? 4. I appreciate your time. 5. No worries. These sentences can be adapted to daily situations to improve your communication skills. Daily English sentences, a guide to everyday conversations. Daily English sentences are phrases or expressions commonly used in everyday communication. They are essential for building practical language skills, as they help learners express themselves in a variety of situations. These sentences can range from simple greetings to more complex phrases used in work, travel, shopping, and social interactions. Learning and practicing daily English sentences helps you become more confident in speaking and understanding English. Here are some key categories of daily English sentences. 1. Greetings and introductions. Good morning. How are you? Hi, my name is Name. What's yours? Nice to meet you. 2. Asking for directions. Excuse me, can you help me? Where is the nearest bus stop? How do I get to place? 3. Shopping and ordering. How much is this? I'd like to buy item, please. Could I get the bill, please? 4. Making plans. What time are we meeting? Do you want to go to the movies? Let's have dinner together tonight. 5. Daily activities. I need to go to work. I have a meeting this afternoon. What are you doing today? 6. Expressing needs and preferences. I would like some water, please. Can you help me with this? I prefer tea over coffee. 7. Apologies and requests. Sorry for the delay. Could you repeat that? I apologize for the mistake. By incorporating these daily sentences into your routine, you can quickly improve your fluency in English. Practice speaking with friends, in front of a mirror, or even with language exchange partners. Remember, consistency is key. Use these sentences regularly to get comfortable with English in daily life. Certainly. Here are more categories and examples of daily English sentences that can help enhance your ability to communicate in everyday situations. 8 at home. Can you pass me the remote? Please make sure to lock the door when you leave. I need to clean the kitchen today. Let's have breakfast together. Could you help me with the laundry? 9. At the workplace. I'm running late for the meeting. Could you send me the report by email? Let me know if you need anything. I'll finish this task by the end of the day. Can we schedule a meeting for tomorrow? 10. Making small talk. How was your weekend? What do you like to do in your free time? Have you seen any good movies lately? It's a beautiful day today, isn't it? What do you think about the weather this week? 11. In a restaurant or cafe. Could I see the menu, please? I'll have the chicken sandwich. Can I get a cup of coffee, please? Do you have any vegetarian options? Could I have the check, please? 12. Expressing feeling. I'm feeling a bit tired today. I'm really excited for the weekend. I'm sorry to hear that you're not feeling well. That's amazing. I'm so happy for you. I'm feeling stressed because of work. 13. Making requests. Can you please help me with this? Could you give me a hand with the boxes? Would you mind opening the window? Can I borrow your pen for a second? Could you explain that again? 14. Expressing gratitude. Thank you so much for your help. I really appreciate it. Thanks for the gift. It's exactly what I wanted. I'm grateful for your support. Thanks for your time today. 15. At the doctor's office. I'm not feeling well. Can you help me? How long will the treatment take? I have a headache and a sore throat. Do I need to take any medication? When can I schedule my next appointment? 16. At the airport. What time does the flight depart? Is my flight on time? Can you help me with my luggage? Where is the baggage claim area? I have a connecting flight. Where should I go? 17. Expressing opinions. I think this movie is fantastic. In my opinion, the food here is delicious. I believe we should leave now to avoid traffic. I don't agree with that idea. I feel that we need to talk about this more. 18. Time and dates. What time does the meeting start? My appointment is at 3 p.m. When is your birthday? Today is the 8th of December. I will be back in 10 minutes. 19. At the gym. How do I use this machine? What time do you open in the morning? I'm trying to get in better shape. Could you show me the correct form for this exercise? How often should I work out each week? 20. Making arrangements. Let's meet at 7 p.m. at the restaurant. How about we go to the park tomorrow? Let's reschedule our meeting to next week. Are you free on Friday evening? I'll call you when I arrive. 21. Phone conversations. Hello, this is your name. Who am I speaking with? Can I leave a message for a name? I'll call you back in a few minutes. Sorry, I missed your call. Can I help you? Could you speak a little slower, please? 22. Making suggestions asterisk asterisk. How about we try that new restaurant? Let's go for a walk this afternoon. Why don't we watch a movie tonight? I suggest we leave early to avoid the rush. How do you feel about going hiking this weekend? 23. Expressing agreement or disagreement asterisk asterisk. I completely agree with you. That's a great idea. I'm not sure I agree with that. I think you're right. I don't think that's a good plan. 24. Talking about the future asterisk asterisk. I'm going to visit my family next month. I plan to start a new project soon. We'll be moving to a new house next year. I'll be on vacation next week. I'm thinking about going abroad for my studies. Why daily English sentences matter. Using these daily sentences regularly helps you sound more natural and fluent in conversations. By practicing, you'll learn how to use English in diverse situations, improving both your vocabulary and understanding of cultural contexts. The more you incorporate these sentences into your daily routine, the easier it becomes to converse comfortably in English, whether at work, with friends, or while traveling. The benefits of mindfulness in daily life. Mindfulness, the practice of maintaining a non-judgmental awareness of the present moment, offers a multitude of benefits that can positively influence various aspects of daily life. Rooted in ancient traditions and increasingly supported by modern science, mindfulness cultivates a deeper connection to oneself and the world. Here are some of the key advantages. 1. Stress reduction. One of the most well-documented benefits of mindfulness is its ability to reduce stress. By focusing on the present moment rather than worrying about the future or dwelling on the past, mindfulness can lower cortisol levels, the hormone associated with stress. This leads to a calmer and more balanced emotional state. 2. Improved mental health. Mindfulness is often used as a therapeutic tool to manage conditions like anxiety, depression, and post-traumatic stress disorder. PTSD. Regular practice fosters emotional resilience and helps individuals recognize and break free from negative thought patterns. 3. Enhanced focus and productivity. By training the mind to concentrate on the present, mindfulness improves attention span and cognitive performance. This increased focus can boost productivity in both personal and professional settings, enabling individuals to tackle tasks more efficiently. 4. Better emotional regulation. Mindfulness helps individuals become more aware of their emotions without reacting impulsively. This heightened emotional intelligence enables more thoughtful responses, reducing conflicts and enhancing relationships. 5. Physical health benefits. The mind-body connection is powerful, and mindfulness practices often lead to tangible physical health improvements. Studies suggest that mindfulness can lower blood pressure, improve sleep quality, and reduce chronic pain. It can also bolster the immune system, contributing to overall well-being. 6. Stronger relationships. Mindfulness encourages active listening and empathy, which are key to building and maintaining healthy relationships. By being fully present with others, individuals foster deeper connections and better communication. 7. Greater self-awareness. Practicing mindfulness helps individuals understand their thoughts, behaviors, and triggers more clearly. This self-awareness is a foundation for personal growth, allowing people to align their actions with their values and goals. 8. Increased joy and gratitude. Mindfulness enhances appreciation for the simple pleasures of life. By savoring moments and practicing gratitude, individuals experience greater satisfaction and joy, even in mundane activities. Incorporating mindfulness into daily life. Incorporating mindfulness doesn't require a significant time investment. Simple practices like mindful breathing, meditation, or even being fully present while eating or walking can make a significant difference. Apps, guided meditations, and mindfulness-based programs are also widely available to support beginners. Conclusion. The benefits of mindfulness extend far beyond relaxation. By fostering a greater connection to the present moment, mindfulness enhances mental clarity, emotional well-being, and physical health. It is a transformative practice that empowers individuals to navigate life's challenges with grace and presence, ultimately leading to a more fulfilling and balanced life. The benefits of mindfulness in daily life expanded. Mindfulness, a state of conscious awareness and presence, has become increasingly popular as a tool for enhancing well-being and improving the quality of life. Whether practiced through meditation, mindful movement, or simply bringing awareness to daily activities, the benefits of mindfulness are profound and wide-ranging. Below is a deeper exploration of its advantages and ways it can transform daily life. 1. Stress and anxiety reduction. Mindfulness helps counteract the body's stress response by activating the parasympathetic nervous system. When practiced consistently, it reduces the release of stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline. This physiological shift promotes a sense of calm and ease, which can be especially beneficial in managing everyday pressures. Practical example: mindful breathing. Pausing for a few minutes to focus on deep, deliberate breaths can instantly calm the mind during stressful moments at work or home. 2. Improved focus and mental clarity. In a world filled with distractions, mindfulness sharpens the ability to concentrate and sustain attention. By training the brain to resist multitasking and remain present, individuals can enhance their ability to complete tasks with precision and mindfulness. Practical example: mindful tasking. While working on a project, focusing solely on that activity, without checking emails or social media, leads to higher productivity and efficiency. 3. Better decision-making. Mindfulness fosters greater self-awareness and emotional regulation, which can lead to improved decision-making. By pausing and reflecting before reacting, individuals can make thoughtful choices that align with their long-term goals. Practical example: mindful decision-making. Before responding to a challenging email, taking a moment to breathe and assess emotions prevents impulsive reactions and encourages a composed reply. 4. Emotional resilience. Mindfulness encourages a healthier relationship with emotions by teaching individuals to observe and accept feelings without judgment. This practice builds resilience, helping people bounce back more quickly from setbacks or disappointments. Practical example: body-scan meditation. Regularly scanning the body for areas of tension and acknowledging emotions associated with physical sensations can cultivate greater emotional balance. 5. Enhanced creativity and problem-solving. Mindfulness opens the mind to new perspectives by reducing mental clutter and encouraging creative thinking. By stepping out of habitual thought patterns, individuals can approach problems with innovative solutions. Practical example: walking meditation. A mindful walk can clear the mind, creating space for fresh ideas and insights to emerge. 6. Increased self-compassion. Mindfulness promotes kindness and compassion toward oneself, reducing self-criticism and fostering a more positive self-image. This shift can lead to greater confidence and a healthier sense of self-worth. Practical example: loving kindness meditation. Repeating affirmations like, "May I be happy," "May I be healthy," "May I be at peace" can nurture self-compassion. 7. Improved physical health. Mindfulness has been shown to positively impact physical health by lowering blood pressure, improving digestion, and enhancing the body's ability to heal. It can also support better management of chronic conditions like heart disease and diabetes. Practical example: mindful eating. Paying attention to hunger cues and savoring each bite can improve digestion and prevent overeating. 8. Better sleep quality. Practicing mindfulness can help individuals fall asleep faster and enjoy deeper, more restorative sleep. It calms the racing thoughts that often interfere with rest, promoting relaxation and a sense of ease. Practical example: mindfulness before bed. Engaging in a few minutes of meditation or progressive muscle relaxation before sleep can improve sleep quality. 9. Strengthened interpersonal relationships. Mindfulness enhances empathy, active listening, and non-judgmental communication, all of which are crucial for nurturing meaningful relationships. Being fully present during conversations helps others feel valued and understood. Practical example: mindful listening. Focusing entirely on what a friend or family member is saying without formulating a response while they speak deepens connection. Conclusion: the benefits of mindfulness extend beyond individual well-being to positively impact relationships, work, and overall life satisfaction. Whether practiced for a few minutes each day or as part of a more structured routine, mindfulness offers transformative potential. It empowers individuals to navigate challenges with grace, foster deeper connections, and savor the richness of life in the present moment. 10. Greater gratitude and appreciation. Mindfulness encourages savoring the present moment and recognizing the beauty in everyday life. This mindset fosters gratitude, which has been linked to increased happiness and overall life satisfaction. Practical example: gratitude practice. Reflecting on 3 things you are grateful for each day can shift your perspective toward positivity. 11. Support for personal growth. By cultivating awareness of thoughts and behaviors, mindfulness becomes a powerful tool for self-reflection and personal growth. It enables individuals to identify habits, patterns, and areas where they wish to improve. Practical example: journaling with mindfulness. Writing about your thoughts and feelings after a meditation session can uncover insights about personal goals and challenges. Incorporating mindfulness into daily routines. Mindfulness doesn't require elaborate rituals or significant time commitments. Here are simple ways to integrate mindfulness into everyday life. Start your day with a short meditation or mindful breathing exercise. Practice mindful walking or stretching during breaks. Engage in mindful eating by savoring each bite and eliminating distractions. Use mindfulness apps to guide practice and maintain consistency. Dedicate a few minutes in the evening to reflect on the day's experiences with gratitude. Thank you for watching the full video. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comment box. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Once upon a time in a small town, there lived a man named Daniel. He was a humble carpenter, known for his skillful hands and warm heart. Daniel had a wife, Maria, and 2 young children, Lucas and Elena, who were the center of his universe. Every morning before dawn, Daniel would rise from bed, careful not to wake his family. He would brew a pot of coffee, the aroma filling the quiet kitchen, and sit for a moment at the table, reflecting on the day ahead. He would often think about the dreams he had for his children: a safe home, a good education, and the chance to follow their passions. After breakfast, he would grab his well-worn tools and head to the workshop. His days were long, filled with the sounds of sawing, hammering, and the satisfying creak of wood being shaped into something useful. He took on every job he could find, from building fences to crafting custom furniture, often working late into the evening. Despite the fatigue weighing on him, he always returned home with a smile, eager to see his family. One chilly evening, as he sat with Maria and the children around the dinner table, Lucas asked, "Dad, why do you work so hard?" Daniel paused, looking into his son's curious eyes. "I work hard so you can have the things I didn't. I want you to be able to chase your dreams without worry." Elena chimed in, "But we love you just being here with us." Their words warmed his heart, and he realized that while the physical things he provided were important, the love and time spent together were what truly mattered. As winter approached, the town faced a harsh cold spell, and work slowed. Daniel's income dwindled, but he was determined to keep his family warm. He took on odd jobs, repairing broken fences and clearing snow for neighbors, often returning home exhausted. Maria supported him, stretching their budget and finding creative ways to make meals with whatever they had. One evening, as they sat by the fireplace, Daniel noticed Lucas and Elena whispering excitedly. They handed him a small, hand-painted card. "It's for you, Dad," they exclaimed. Inside he found a simple message: "We love you. Thank you for everything." Tears welled in his eyes as he realized the sacrifices he made were not in vain. His family understood the depths of his love through his hard work. As spring arrived, Daniel's efforts began to bear fruit. With the thaw came new opportunities, and he took on bigger projects, even starting to save for a family vacation, a dream that had seemed distant just months before. When summer rolled around, they finally set off on a short trip to the coast. As they splashed in the waves and built sandcastles, Daniel felt a sense of fulfillment. In those moments of laughter and joy, he understood that every long day, every sore muscle, was worth it for the smiles on his children's faces. Years later, as Lucas and Elena grew up and began to pursue their own dreams, Daniel's lessons of hard work and dedication stayed with them. They understood that family was not just about the roof over their heads or the meals on the table, but about the love, sacrifices, and unwavering support that held them together. In the end, Daniel learned that while the work was hard, the love he poured into his family was what truly built their home, a foundation that would last a lifetime. As the years passed, Daniel's workshop flourished, and he became known not just for his craftsmanship but also for his integrity. Customers would often return, not just for his work but for the warmth he brought into every interaction. Daniel took pride in knowing that he was not only providing for his family but also building connections in the community. One day, a new family moved into the neighborhood, a single mother named Clara with 2 children. They were struggling to settle in, and when Daniel learned that Clara needed repairs on her house, he offered his help. Even though it was a busy season for him, he felt compelled to lend a hand. "I can fix your porch," he said with a smile, "and maybe teach the kids how to use some tools along the way." Clara was taken aback by his kindness. "But you have your own family to care for." "I do," Daniel replied, "and that's why I want to help. We're all in this together." As he worked on the porch, Lucas and Elena watched intently, curious about the tools and techniques. Daniel took the time to teach them, showing them how to measure twice and cut once, emphasizing patience and precision. It became a cherished bonding experience, not just for him and his kids, but also for Clara's children, who joined in with enthusiasm. When the porch was finished, Clara expressed her gratitude. "I can't thank you enough, Daniel. You didn't have to do this." "I know," he replied, "but it's important to lift each other up. We all have our struggles." That evening, Clara invited the family over for dinner. The children laughed and played, their joy echoing in the small house. Over the meal, Daniel and Clara shared stories of their lives, finding common ground in their dreams and aspirations. It was a simple evening, but it felt like a celebration of community. Months later, as the leaves turned gold and crimson, Daniel faced a challenging winter ahead. One evening, he sat with Maria after the children had gone to bed, discussing their finances. "I'm worried," he admitted. "If business doesn't pick up, we might have to make some tough choices." Maria took his hand, her eyes filled with understanding. "We'll get through this together. You've taught the kids the value of hard work and resilience. We just need to stay positive." The very next day, inspired by their conversation, Daniel decided to offer woodworking classes in his workshop. He believed that sharing his skills could not only bring in extra income but also create a space for people to learn and connect. The classes were a hit, attracting people of all ages. Daniel's workshop buzzed with laughter and chatter as he guided each student. From beginners to those wanting to refine their craft, Lucas and Elena often joined in, helping their dad set up and assisting with the younger kids, deepening their own skills in the process. As winter arrived, Daniel's efforts bore fruit. The extra income allowed him to keep the family warm, and the community felt more connected than ever. Neighbors came together for holiday festivities, sharing meals and stories, embodying the spirit of generosity that Daniel had instilled. On Christmas Eve, Daniel and Maria gathered their children for a special surprise. They had been saving secretly and now unveiled a small tree adorned with handmade ornaments, each crafted by the family throughout the year. "It's beautiful," Elena exclaimed, her eyes sparkling with delight. "That's not all," Maria said. "We also have a tradition to start." They explained that each year they would choose a family in need and help them, just as they had done for Clara. Years later, as Lucas and Elena pursued their own paths, they often returned to the workshop, bringing their friends to share in the joy of crafting. Daniel watched with pride, knowing they carried forward the lessons he had imparted. On a sunny afternoon, as they all gathered for a family barbecue, Daniel reflected on how hard work had shaped their lives. It wasn't just the physical labor, but the dedication, compassion, and love they had cultivated together. "Family is everything," he told his children, watching them laugh and play. In that moment, surrounded by laughter, warmth, and love, Daniel understood that every hour spent working, no matter how tough things get, we support each other. That's what makes us strong. Every sacrifice made had built something far more precious than material success. It had built a family that would stand together through thick and thin, forever anchored by love and hard work.
Video is over. Get out of here first, comment and let me know how you liked the video. And subscribe if you like your will and it's part 2.